Hello everybody, my name's Corey and welcome back to another video on my Juwel aquarium here. Today I'm going to be doing a feeding video. I haven't done one of those before. Today I'm going to be feeding, I'll go down here, Spectrum pellets, so I've got here. Probably, well, is the best food you can get. And a different pot of Spectrum, which is Thera A, so it's got like a little bit like flavour, I guess you could say, into it. So I think it's garlic. Don't know if I showed you my new CO2 bottles. I did run out. It's just a CO2 fertiliser. Just do 1 pump of these per day. And our algae wafers for the pleco. So let's get straight to it. Right, so first let's do the CO2. So we've just got to open this lid. And then let's get our CO2. So we've got here. It's a little bit bright. It's a little bit, camera's going weird because of that light. You might be able to see it go through in here. 1 second, there we go. So 1 pump. There we go. You should have seen a few bubbles go down there. Just a tiny bit more, like not like a quarter of a pump. There we go. There we go. Right, here's our feeding time. So first we're going to start off with the Thera A Spectrum pellets. These are a little bit bigger than the normal ones. That's why these are usually for the plecos. Sometimes some of the cardinals can eat it, because they're not really that big at the moment. You can see that. You should see a few little dots at the top. Try and zoom in a little bit. There's the fire at the top. You should find the Spectrum pellets in a minute. Right, put a few more in. If you just watch the betta fish at the top, might not be hungry. See, all the cardinals are going mad for that. See this? They seem to be eating this. There we go. Fighter's getting a few more. Let's put a little bit more in. I used to down the flow a little bit for feeding, but I don't anymore. Only because actually I can't remember why I turned the flow down. I think it's the betta fish goes to the top and the food's at the top, and so is the flow. And the betta fish prefers a lower flow. They like flow, but not it's just not too much. So you might have seen a few bubbles just come out of here. Just replay the video, about 10 seconds, if you didn't see that. Seems to be seeing a little snail on that says 4. I'll show you in a minute. It's a little bit more Spectrum. I might just chuck some in, see if they go for that. Yeah, cardinal textures are getting it. I do a tiny pinch at the top. Yeah, no more of this, I don't think. This is what it looks like inside. We'll tip it too much, they won't fall out. Done that once with the other one, it's annoying. This food would last forever on this tank with this amount of fish and feeding sometimes every other day, maybe 300 times a year. And I did spill a bit. This was like, I bought this like a few months ago. So here we go. Just put my fingers in the tank, you should be able to see them. So drop it a little bit slowly. Just because they don't, if I all chuck it in all at the same time, then sometimes I don't get it in time. So here we go, dropping it in. Oh, it feels a bit weird. It feels weird when it gets in the water because it goes a bit soft. It feels a bit like Play-Doh. There we go. Try not to, if you are using spectrum pellets or actually any other food, try not to get too much moisture. Well, and try not to get the food too wet or any moisture in the pot. Make sure the lid is on very securely so no air gets to it. Next, mini algae wafers for the pleco. He is actually starting to get big now. I don't know where he's at. Let's try and find him. There he is. See if you can spot him in the tank somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, let's drop one of these in. Cardinal pitchers sometimes do go for it, like at first, but if they do start to really eat it, then I'll probably just put another one in. But the pleco does eat any leftovers, algae, in the tank, but there isn't much in there because my nitrate is actually at about 10. Yeah, 10 parts per million nitrate. I've tested it multiple times, it's always at 10. I did skip a week of water changes just to see what it would go up to. Well, up to like 20 in about a week. So, and then I did 50% water change, so that should bring it down to like 10 again. So I'm usually doing 20 litres out of 60 litres total here. So it's about 30-35% water change. As you can see, the fighter down the bottom, he's actually trying to get this food down here. Sometimes he goes mental for that. I don't know why. There are leftovers down there. Oh, here's the pleco down here. He knows that there's an algae wafer in there. Fighter might nip at this again. Hopefully not. I don't want him to eat it fully, so that'd be quite annoying. Actually, I think that's happened before. They've eaten like pretty much all of it. Oh yeah, one more thing. You might have noticed that I've just extending the tripod. You might have noticed that I have actually cut the plants in here. So I've trimmed them a little bit. So what I've got here now is what does that do? Oh yeah, there's Anubias down here. I haven't cut it. Well, I don't know if I don't think I have mentioned this. I have moved it forwards a little bit, just so it's a little bit more obvious. And that little bud that was at the top, if you skip back a few videos, is actually broken off. I think it's just died, that one. It was a bit brownish when I put it in the tank. Yeah, and the bud's just fallen off that little stick there. But all the other leaves seem to be doing fine, or nice and, I guess, a dark green. The main plant in the middle, my favourite plant, is Cephalophora. Oh, here's that big snail I was going to say, but it's not that big, but there we go. So on the edge of that leaf, it actually might fall off. Oh look, kind of see inside it a little bit. I don't think it'll fall off. It's kind of sticky. Like, there's probably like 20 baby snails in this plant. You just don't really see them. I could count, but it'd be a bit boring. I did actually cut it a little bit, see, so it's not as bowled out. The fish have actually been out a little bit more. They're at the bottom in the algae wafer. They have actually been out a little bit more now, because there's a little bit more swimming space. Because I did, if you don't remember, I did have a big cephalophora. Well, not that big. It was like a little bit of cephalophora up there. They were kind of shoaling in the corners because that's the only room. Well, that's the only place that there was space. So I've just trimmed this a bit. They're out a little bit more, but I don't want to cut this too short because it looks so good. I'd rather this be big than the fish be out. So they still are out a little bit, which is good. And I took like 2 plants out from the middle. I think it looks good where you've got 2 big bunches of plants caving into the middle there. I think the fish kind of like hanging out in the middle there as well. Yeah, have noticed on my fish, again, don't know what it is, actually down here moving like crazy animals. These little white spots on their tails. It's like if you guys have ever kept marine fish, there's this type of disease, I guess, called white spot. I don't think I don't know if freshwater fish can get it. I'm not really too sure. I don't think so, because some of my fish have these kind of white spots on them. I'm trying to. This one, look, see on its tail, see those little white spots? About maybe eight cardinal tetras in here have got it, and the one below it, the white spots all over it. So that one has a funny mouth. Look, that one's got a few. One above it looks clear. Oh, I think I just saw one on it. Where are all these fish? There's a few. They have a few on them. So it started with one fish, and now it's starting to spread a little bit more. I think I have lost the cardinal tetra as well. I had 15 about a week ago. Now I have 14. Counted multiple times. It's definitely 14, and it was definitely 15. So I think I've lost one, because one was kind of swimming in the corners here, kind of like it was kind of spinning around, and I don't know if it would make it. Couldn't find it the next morning. Don't know if it had died or whatever. And I did notice my tank was really cloudy for about a week. I think that might have been the cause of it. I stopped feeding bloodworm for a week because I thought that was the cause of it. That's why my tank was so misty. But I think it was that fish, because I fed bloodworm again last Sunday, and it wasn't that cloudy at all. It didn't go cloudy at all, so it could have been that fish dying off. Thank God it wasn't multiple fish, otherwise I could have had like ammonia spike or anything, something like that. Thankfully I didn't. Yeah, so quite a bit going on with this tank. Everything else is doing fine, like the everything down there, the filter, again, doing great. Same as usual, and my temperature probe down here, let's see what it's saying. 25.9, perfect for this kind of tropical tank. There's that pleco down there. He's getting quite big, and his spots are kind of getting more noticeable. It's kind of hiding away because of the camera. Here's the bait fish down here. Looks really cool. He's really active. He is. If you look at some videos, they might say that they're actually top dwelling fish. Well, they are. They're usually at the top, but it's actually kind of. Well, I don't know if my fire goes everywhere in the tank. At the moment, he's at the bottom. I just sort of just captured it on video. He went through there. I don't know where he's gone now. But if anything, he's more at the bottom than he is the top. So if you're starting a tropical tank, I really do recommend a fighter, because I don't know if this is on all of them. I'm not too sure, but on my one, he travels everywhere. He does. Yeah, well, pretty much all the fish do. Yeah. Again, a lot going on. Hopefully, I can start going back to videos weekly. Don't know what this fish is doing down here. I just went through all those routes. Yeah, hopefully I could do another video in a week or so. Not really planning on doing anything else. But I will say one thing. Unfortunately, I got good news, bad news. Yeah, I guess. I'm looking to shut this tank down in about a month or two. It's getting towards Christmas now, and I would like to upgrade to something more advanced, I guess you'd say. So I'd probably sell this tank on. I'm not really too sure what I'll do with this tank. But I'm sure I'm thinking towards going into the saltwater area. Got my eye on a tank. Not going to say much. Keep it a surprise for Christmas, which seems a while away, but it's not really too far. Nearly at Halloween now. So it's the 19th, I think, of October. So it's only 2 months, 6 days till Christmas. Hopefully get an upgrade. Not going to say any more. But yeah, I'll still be doing videos on this tank until we get up to that point, that stage. Then I'll be doing new videos on a new tank, which hopefully should be salt water. Yeah, this is a great tank. I think this has been a great tank. Really successful. Really successful for my first tank. I think it's been going really good. Fish are healthy. I mean, plants are going mad. CO2 bubbling. Everything's doing great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's quite a lot going on. Quite a long video. Apologise for that. You don't have to sit through all of it. Yeah, you should see me in a week. I say that pretty much in every video, but it's never usually a week. Try and make it a week. Don't think there's going to be anything new. No, maybe something will turn up. Maybe a fish will die. Something like that. Hopefully not. Or maybe one of those videos that I just catch on camera, like something like a fish jumping, something like that. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in a week. Bye.